Well, it is the end of the first day of LCS Championships here in Houston. I am joined right now by Bjergsen with coverage brought to you by Alien. We're going to talk about the unfortunate loss today for Team Liquid. Bjergsen, obviously the 0-3 is not the result that you guys wanted. What do you think held you guys back from being more competitive in this series?
I don't want to speak too soon because it's hard to have a good idea of exactly what happened when you're inside the game. I think it becomes a lot clearer when you go back and watch the game after the fact. So I think the thing that sucks the most is how disconnected we were in Game 3. And I think that we were in a good position and we were just getting caught, overstepping and moving in different areas of the map. I think Game 1 was pretty good outside the big throw that we had. Game 2, we were supposed to get a really big leader on the Ash Zyra, and we were. But as soon as we lost that 4v4 skirmish around the Tribush, where I think they got 4 kills, the game became a lot harder for us, and it became harder to win the game, even though we got the Soul and even though we got Elder. It's just hard to find kind of the angles to close out the game. And Game 3 was just a kind of sad showing from our team, honestly.
I mean, looking at Game 3 in particular, was that a situation, because it does feel like that's not the Team Liquid we're used to, where it just felt like those first 2 games got to members of the team, or do you think it was just an off game?
It's entirely possible. I felt like we were not really playing as a team and people were just thinking about what am I going to do and where I want to do this and then not really listening to each other. And we were giving each other warnings like, oh, there are going to be 4 men grouped here, or let's do this. And I think it's just an issue with not looking at the big picture and not listening and communicating with each other, or not just moving together. I can think of like 4 instances where we're just not connected and they're finding opportunities on us. So communication is going to be a little bit harder, obviously, here with the fans, though I actually don't think it was that bad. I didn't feel like it was overpowering the microphones. So I think it's just an issue of not listening to each other.
What was your take on EG this series? Because obviously a lot of people are going to be looking at Team Liquid, but do you think that they have really stepped up? Are they going to be able to show up against 100T tomorrow and maybe even take the series? I mean, what's your thoughts on them after having played them?
I thought going into the series that they might be a better opponent than 100 Thieves, and that if we would have finished out the series against 100 Thieves, that we probably would have met EG in the finals. I just feel like they're a pretty flexible team, a solid team. They're playing very greedy bot lanes, like they picked the Ezreal 1-2 and the Jinx Tahm Kench, which we were somewhat punishing, and I think that's what 100 Thieves is going to look to do as well, is try to get leads around the bot lane. But I think they just have solid players in every role. Impact, Jojo, Inspired are having consistent performances. Danny's having some big moments. Vulcan is always solid, so I think they're not a bad team at all.
I know it's really, really tough to step away from the results of the game right now, but really quickly, I mean, being back in the arena, having a crowd cheer for you as you walked out, what was the experience like of being back playing in front of fans again?
It was great. I mean, I think the energy was really good. I was really taking it all in yesterday when we came here to get our tech stuff sorted in rehearsal, and here today with the fans. You never know if COVID is going to strike back and we're not going to be able to do this soon, knock on wood. So I just really tried to soak it all in and enjoy it as much as I could, even though we lost. I came in with the idea that I'm just going to give it my all and not have any regrets, and that I'm really grateful that I was able to play here on the stage. But going out 0-3 is obviously it's embarrassing.
Well, this is unfortunately the end of the spring split run for you. I know you had managed expectations saying like you needed to get back into the swing of things after doing the coaching stuff last year. At the end of spring, how do you feel about your own personal performance so far, and how far you have to go to get to where you want to be?
I think I'm playing okay. I think I can be playing a lot better. I still need to rewatch how I performed in this series, because it's just hard to have a good idea. Yeah, I'm not sure. I feel like I'm still ramping up, and most importantly, we're still finding kind of our identity as a team. and also kind of figuring out where I fit in that, where I should have a voice, where I shouldn't. Obviously, our team has a lot of voices, and I think it showed today that we weren't entirely connected, especially in the third game. I think lots to take away from this spring split.
Any message to any of the fans that are watching?
I'm really sorry. That was really disappointing. I think I feel bad for Steve. He invested so much into this roster and did everything that he could to set us up to succeed, and I think we just didn't show up. We didn't show up against 100 Thieves, and we definitely didn't show up today. I do think there are a lot of good learnings from this split, and I think maybe we tried to do a little bit too much rather than really stick to the way that this TL roster knows how to win. Maybe we were getting a little bit too experimental. I'm not sure. I'm going to have to take a few days, reflect on this split, talk to my teammates, rewatch the games, and then I hope to bring you guys the TL performances that you guys are expecting from this roster.
Thank you so much, Bjergsen, for doing the interview. I know it's always tough to do these after a loss, and so I appreciate, and I know the fans appreciate you being down to have this conversation. For everyone else, you can check out the rest of my coverage of all things LCS right here on my YouTube channel.
As big as this screen is, it's nowhere near as cool as the Alienware 34-inch OLED monitor, available now at alienware.com/Travis. There's a link in the description below. You got to check this thing out. It's the first of its kind. It's getting rave reviews. Just look it up. It's amazing. Again, alienware.com/Travis. Link in the description. Thanks, Alienware, for sponsoring.